So, well, I mean, we can get started. All right. So today, my idea was to like pick some data set, and then we could kind of mine it and visualize it, and make some demos. So I found this repository of data sets called Awesome Public Datasets that I pasted into Slack. I can share my screen too. Oh, it doesn't let me resize. Okay. Yeah, so this has like data sets on pretty much every imaginable topic. And there's a lot of neat stuff here. So we could pick something from here and just like, go through the whole process of like finding a data set, cleaning a data set, visualizing the data set. Yeah, that was my idea.
That sounds good.
Okay, since you're the only ones here, any topics that, let's see, so there's like, it's really like everything: agriculture, biology, climate, networks, computery stuff, earth science, economics, education, all the way to like neuroscience, physics, transportation. I don't know, what sorts of data are you excited about?
Can we look at education?
Why not? Okay. So let's see. So there's college scorecard data, New York State education data. That seems interesting. And then student data from Free Code Camp. Okay. So, so this must be like stats on different colleges. Okay. New York State data, let's see. It's got a lot of stuff. So graduation rates, enrollments. I don't know what pathways are. Report card database, okay. And then Free Code Camp open data, let's see. Not totally sure what this is, but looks like a data set. Do any of these look interesting? We could also try to find others.
I feel like the New York one looks cool.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it. Hi, Nathan. Oh, and it's here too. Great.
Hi.
All right. So yeah, so to orient both of you, we're picking a data set from this very large list of data sets. And so far we've narrowed it down to something related to education, and then we've focused in on this New York State education data set. So I've never seen this data set before, so I don't know what's in here. But the idea is we're gonna mine it and visualize it, whatever that means. So, okay, so we've got report cards, it looks like, enrollments, graduation rates. I don't know what pathways are. AP exam and IB exam data. 3 to 8. Oh, this must be the like state exams, more report cards. Any of these look interesting?
What is the, oh, I see 2019 to 2020. I was gonna say enrollment would be interesting to look at it in like COVID versus pre-COVID times.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Okay, so, okay. You know what, I'm gonna just, well, okay, yeah, so this, so I shared this notebook in Slack. It just has a bunch of like potentially useful libraries built into it. So the way I usually start looking at a data set is just like pasting in links. So let's see. And then, sure, if we wanted to get enrollment from the previous year, let's see.
I'm sorry, I can't find where you put stuff into Slack. Do you know which channel it's in?
Thank you so much for asking. I pasted it into the wrong channel.
Okay.
I'll put it in the general channel. I'm so glad you said something. Okay. Okay, it's in the general channel now. Sorry about that. I keep seeing these horror stories on Twitter about like professors who are lecturing, and it's like they're an hour into the best lecture they've ever given, and like someone like timidly raises their hand, are you on mute? And then, yep. Anyways, cool. Yeah, thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, here's the 2019. Okay, great. So now we have some files. Let's see. Let's see. So looks like we have to deal with zip files. So Python zip file. This looks useful. Python extract zip file. Oh, that looks easy. Okay. Yeah, so now you get to see like how the sausage gets made. It's like when you actually do stuff, it can be messy. Okay, so I'm going to add this zip file library. Okay. Oh. Run the full notebook. Okay, and then let's see. So we'll make a. Do I have? Some functions for working with directories here. Okay. Okay, so here's our data. So here's the syntax. So let's see. So we'll extract 2020 data. Maybe we'll write a function for this. So oops. Okay. So this will extract a zip file to a destination. And And then we could say data directory is, I don't know, data enrollment. Okay. And then, so what I'm going to do first is make a directory. So if the data directory isn't going to exist, because this is a new collaboratory instance, so we could say if not os.path.exists data directory, then os. Make dir's data directory. Okay. So that'll make the directory if it doesn't exist. And then, let's see, extract zip file enrollment 2019 data directory. And then we'll extract the 2020 data into the data directory. Aha. Zip doesn't let you access things remotely. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see. I think we use URL lib. Okay. Work with remote data. Okay. Now I have to remember how this works. Example. Let's see, do they have an example here? That looks like too much text. Let's see. Python URL lib request. Let's see. Okay. That looks useful. Okay. Let's see what this does. Wonderful. That function looks like it's depreciated. Is this an old answer? 5 years ago. That's probably old. That's old. Maybe URL with 3. Looks a little newer. Let's see what this does. Oh, I spelled it wrong. It's not callable. That's not callable. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Okay, great. So that gives us a file. And then, x.read. Let's see what this does. Just asked to download. Okay, while that's running, I'm going to see if someone else has written zip. Let's see, Python unzip remote file. Here we go. Looks useful. Okay, get zip data. Oh, I see. Oh, that's just how you save it. Okay. Oops. Okay, there's another simpler way to do this. I'm just gonna, let's see. Let's see. Let's see, data. Let's see, can we do wget? No. Curl. Oops. Great. Okay, so here is one way to do this. Okay. So we have these files. And if you type an exclamation point in front of a command, then you can run it's called a bash command, like a command line command. So we could use the wget library to get this first data set. Let's see what this does. Okay. And then we'll also get the second data set. Okay. And then let's see what's there. Is unzip a thing? Okay, great. So unzip and then enrollment 2019, and we'll extract it to this. Let's see if this works. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing, but for 2020. Okay. Okay, so now we get all these weird files here. So we have an MDB file and an ACCDB file. So let's see if we can read these things in pandas.
I had a quick question.
Yeah,
So what you're doing, it's different than like importing something, right?
yeah.
You're using like get and unzip.
Yes. Yeah, so what this is doing is it's downloading this remote file to the Google to the like little virtual machine that everything's running on here, and then unzipping it, and then we've created now this. So let's see. So data directory is. So I think I accidentally deleted this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so first we're making the data directory, and then
I think it makes sense.
yeah.
It's just like different than like obviously like a module. You're importing data, so you use like exclamation mark w get.
So yeah, so the exclamation points are a system command. So that's not a Python command. That's a system command. Okay, so now we're in this folder. Okay, so let's see. How do I read these files? Here are the built-in files. Let's see if it says anything.
I don't know if this is helpful, but in the Colab, if you click on the little like file looking icon, you can see like exactly what's in.
Oh,
there.
that is helpful. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so this MDB, it looks like maybe what we want is the MDB and these MDB files. But let's see. I don't know if we have access to this library, but nope. Okay, so we have to install it. See if that works. Okay. Great. Now I have this library that, okay. And then, oh, interesting. So you can do SQL. That's kind of nice, but sure. Okay. Oh, looks like we need CSV also. And that's built in. Okay. I don't think we have the Microsoft Access driver. Oh. Oh, interesting. Maybe this might be easier. Let's see. Hit install Mesa. This looks more useful. Let's see that. Oh, didn't work. Restart the runtime. Great. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, wow. Something's happening here. Fascinating. Huh. Okay. Okay, so we'll get these things and extract them. Okay. And then let's see how we use this magical library. Let's see. Okay, so, oh, you just, okay, so we're downloading and installing. And then, okay. Oops. Okay, well, while that's going, we can check out the file names. Okay, so the wonderful. Copy path. So let's see, data 2019 is this whole thing, and then data, oh, no, that's 2020. Data 2019 is, no, yeah, that is 20. Sorry. Data 2020 is this. Okay. And then let's try it. Data 2019. Oh. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Has no attribute IO. But nevertheless, we can import it. Weird. Okay. Records is, ooh, that looks useful. Ooh, must install these tools. MDB tool. Yeah, so, okay, so to take a step back from my just muttering incoherently to myself, this process of like, okay, following rabbit holes, and it's like this ever branching process, this is super common to like finding a data set. Each time you do this is going to be different, unfortunately, but I'm trying to like give you a sense of, okay, what is it like when I do this and there's lots of messiness and Googling and stuff like that. And here's how you follow the different rabbit holes. So I don't know, how's this going so far? A little confusing. Disorganized, yeah.
Is there any way you can like save this and upload it for us in case we wanted to follow it in the future?
Yeah. Here, let me save this to Drive. Okay, and then I can just share it with all of you now. Okay, so I'll paste it hopefully in the general channel. Oops. And then I'll, okay. So this MDB file stuff I haven't dealt with before, so I've never used those files. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like you need to install this. The last error message we saw was needing to install MDB tools, I think it was. So let me see how to do that in Collaboratory. Oh, you can just install it with pip. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then I have to restart the runtime. We'll see. Yeah, so. Okay, still gonna have my data though. So that looks useful. And then let's see how this does. Oh, executing lots of stuff. Ooh. Fun. Okay, finished. And then I'm gonna skip re-downloading the data. Okay, let's see what happens here. I just did. I just installed it. Maybe there's a different, okay. Oh. Okay. Let's see. So now we're installing another package. Okay. Now let's see if this works. So now we've tried to install a package here. Okay, something's happening, so that's usually a good sign. Oh. Aha. Okay, that's no fun. Okay. Oh, I get them. Oh, whoops. Okay, so what is this? Okay, there's some sort of dictionary. There's a different dictionary. I don't know what these are, but okay, high need rural districts. Looks interesting. New York public schools. Okay, so maybe we could use this. So let's see. So, well, first of all, we could make a data frame out of this. Oh. That looks like what I would have done. Let's see. Just do this. Okay. Sure. Okay, that's some data from this database. So let's just try to get all of the stuff that we can. So I'm going to make this function and we'll just try to this is kind of messy. Oops. So we're going to try to get let's see. So we'll say x equals okay, so this is a generator object. Next records, and then data dot append a data frame with those records, and then if we fail for any reason, we'll just break and then return data. Okay, so let's see what happens. So data 1 equals get data of data 2019. See what happens. And then we'll get the 2020 data also. Okay. Okay, so this is just gonna like try to convert all the stuff we extract out of this weird database into data frames. And then we can look at the data frames. Okay, so here's, well, we could say how long are they? How much got in here? Oh, wow. 16,500 something data frames. Ah. Okay, that's interesting. And then what do they look like? So they both have like, you know, lots and lots of entries in them. And then we could start to unpack them. Okay, what does the first one look like? So it's got these rows in it. That looks kind of similar. Are they all the same, maybe? Interesting. So maybe we could just merge them all into one thing. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Oh, that is awful. Okay. So that's something. I don't know what this is. This is a big data frame with all the, oh, these are schools, looks like. These must be schools. So entity name must be school. And then maybe this is the school system, maybe. Looks like counties, charter schools. These look like New York counties possibly, or okay, different. Is anyone from New York? Like, does anyone know if any of these make sense? No. Okay. All right, well. Okay, so it looks like there's, okay, so let's call this the 29, okay, so this is gonna be the database file. And then this one, okay. So that'll get us all the 2019 data, and then this will get us the 2020 data. Okay, so this is going to take a little while to run. And then we can start doing stuff. So we have this super messy data frame here. That's what's coming out. And oh gosh, I forgot to. That's a bummer. So what's happening here is, so now we have this super messy data frame. One of the rows, it looks like, is like the school system, and that should probably become the column names. I'm thinking. Let's see how this runs. Okay, so it looks like there's like, well, I guess we can figure out how to, we can decide how we want to organize it. So it looks like there's like entity CD. I'm going to guess that's like a unique identifier for each district or county or whatever. Looks like there's a bunch of these IDs. And then we've got the names. Oh, these must be the grades, and then half kindergarten, full kindergarten, pre-K, total, half-time and full-time pre-K. I don't know what UGE, let's just pretend we know what these are. Okay, and then let's see what the 2020 data looks like. Let's see if this is, okay, it looks like the same thing. Okay, so this is our message. So now we've like read a data set off the internet, and it's in this terribly inconvenient format. So now we could try to wrangle this into a more reasonable looking format. So one thing I'm thinking is, so it looks like these are enrollment numbers. So maybe these are like numbers of students. So I'm thinking maybe a nice way to organize this would be to have like a data frame where the rows are the different schools. And then maybe we want like one column for the IDs of the schools. And then maybe like one column for each grade. And then, let's see. Year is tricky. So this is 2018. Let's see what the years even are.
The
Oh, there is-
2019 had like a lot of 2017, so I feel like it might be like the last time they had the enrollment numbers or something, like if they don't have up-to-date ones.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so maybe we want to save that too. Okay. So we have a data frame in this format, and now maybe we want to wrangle it to a different format. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see. So first of all, how could I read out the school names? Does anyone remember how I select out a row of a data frame? All right, I could use loc entity name. Okay, so that's going to give me all the school names. So I'm going to want that to be the columns. Or no, that's going to become my index maybe. Okay, and then let's see, columns. Let's see, what's a nice way to do this? We could put everything else in besides entity name into this list. So this will take like all the it's a bad order. Let's see. Here's my columns, and then I'll maybe sort them. Let's see what this does. Okay, those look okay. A little weird to have 1, 10, 12, but fine. Okay. Okay, so now we've got rows and columns. And then what does this thing look like? So now we have to enter the information. So, well, first, let's create a data frame with, our maybe wrangled data frame is a data frame with index is equal to index and columns as our new columns. And now for, let's see. for our old data frame, actually, I wonder if I could just, if I just renamed, I don't know if this will work. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's actually not bad. So now we have we've renamed the columns here to actually this won't be so bad. Okay, so we're going to rename the columns to be the entries of this entity name thing. So now our data frame is like the transpose of what we want it to be. So I think if we, well, we could see what this looks like. So if we say wrangle enrollment of data 2019, now we've got like the right columns, but we also have some extra stuff. And so one thing, let's see, can we just, pandas drop column. Okay. So if we just dropped entity name, I think this would, oh, axis equals 1 maybe? Yeah, okay. 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 So now, oh yeah, Kira.
This is kind of off topic, but can you re-explain what axis equals 1 or 0 or whatever means?
Yeah, this is the axis that our operation is, axis that we're going to go down or across. So, sorry, that's not, that wasn't useful. Okay, so in concatenating, so axis equals 0, so refers to the first dimension, which is the rows. Axis equals 1 refers to the second dimension, which is the columns. You can either like do pandas operations down the rows or across the columns or both or neither. Here we're concatenating means like pasting next to each other. So we're taking, so this function gets like a list of data frames, and then they're each like these columns, and we're pasting them together next to each other along the, so each of the data frames in this database becomes a column of the final data frame.
So if you had axis equals 0, it would be like one after the other, but instead it was like
exactly,
column.
yeah.
Okay.
So when and by default it operates axis equals 0, which like made this huge long stack, which is just inscrutable. And then here what's happening is it's looking along the given axis to drop the name thing. And because entity name is a column, we want it to look along the columns.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. So now, now we've got like, well, I'm just going to overwrite the 2 data frames. So now they'll be easier to work with. Okay. And then we could clean up the code here. oops, shoot. Okay. It'll take a little while to run. So now we've got a bunch of data, and now we can start to plot it and visualize it. So all of that got us to, like, when we started learning about pandas on Friday, we started with data in this format, but you can see that it's actually kind of annoying to get data in that format. But now we have. So now we can start to ask questions. Yeah, so like, to start off, nice things to do are like, okay, can we look at the data frame? So, you know, this is a pretty big data frame, so maybe we'll just look at the first few rows. And okay, so now we have it organized. So like, okay, here are the grades. The like unique identifier for each district probably isn't going to be super interesting. But all of these other things are like enrollment related stats that we might want to like know about. So then we could start to ask questions like, well, let's make a plot. Okay. So a library that I've been like growing fond of is the Plotly library. And it just like provides a really nice syntax for exploring data. So maybe we could have, we could just explore the, let's see. So we could do a number of things. So one thing would be just explore like the data from 1 year. So let's, I don't know, could make a scatter plot of the 2020 data. And then I don't know, we could plot like grade 1 enrollment versus grade 2 enrollment. I don't know what this is going to do. Okay, so people, looks like a linear trend. So maybe that people who attend grade 1 tend also to attend grade 2. What about if we go to high school? That we're going to see dropout. Ooh, cool. Or like grade 12. Okay. Anyone have ideas for like how to explore this data set? It could be interesting to like, I don't know, what do you think?
This wouldn't be a scatter plot, but I'm seeing like it does like high need versus average need, versus I assume like there's low need and stuff. So like some type of bar graph of like enrollment in those different like types of schools. I don't know.
Yeah, cool. So maybe we could make a another data frame where, yeah, so we could do something like sum across 1 through 9 or something like that. Or sorry, sum across all the grades.
That might be what the K-12 is though.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh yes. Okay. Okay. Then we can make a new data frame. Let's see. So we could make a new data frame where, let's see, what would be useful? Maybe you had mentioned like plotting 2020 versus 2019, like see if there's a difference. That could be interesting. We could, I wonder what this does. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So we could say like, so we could say like, for each, let's see, so schools would be, if you do like set d1 dot index. So we could take like the intersection between, oops. So the set of these things would be like a bunch of strings. And then if we said like the intersection between this and the set of (2019) schools, okay, so this gives us the set of schools that are in both data frames. Okay, and then like for each school, we could say so we'll say the index equals those schools, and then the columns, we could just set them to the same columns. And then we could say like for each school, the difference data frame of the that row. Oh, I wonder if you could just actually, maybe we can, so data 2020 dot loc or 0 minus, let's see, can you just subtract them? No. Okay. For C and D1 dot columns. And then we could say D1 dot loc of SC minus D2 dot loc of SC. Return diff df. Okay. Oh, that's silly. Oops. Okay, this is kind of sloppy. Okay, so we're subtracting these things from each other. All right, once this runs, let's take a look at what we have, and then maybe we'll pick up on Wednesday because we're out of time here. It's a very inefficient way to write this, but well, how long is it going to take to run? Could be a while. Okay, maybe instead of waiting, let's. Why don't we? How about this? Why don't we pick up here on Wednesday? For Wednesday, do you want to like come up with some questions or ideas for plots that we could make with this data set? Maybe that you might want to learn how to make in, for your data stories, and then we can, tackle them that way. So maybe let's come with when, so you all have this notebook. Let's start on Wednesday with like some ideas about plots to make, and then we'll, struggle through making those plots together. So it'll be a nice experience. All right, thanks everyone. All right, take care.
Thank you.